Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Mishra here. If you're new, my name is Mishra and I talk about budgeting and our debt-free journey, the good and the inevitable bad. And I also started a series of kind of cleaning home organization videos because we recently moved into a townhouse from a basement apartment, and instead of just being organized in my finances, I want to be organized overall. So you'll kind of see some of those thrown into the mix with some of my budgeting videos. So today we're going to do our October monthly reset. And so I'm so excited for October. It's fall, and honestly, like, I love summer, but it just gets kind of hot. So I love fall. Like, I like just the feeling of being warm. So like putting on a sweater, putting on a scarf. So I'm excited for that. And then another thing is it's my son's birthday in October. And another thing is it's my birthday in October. So I am excited about that. I'm not too big on birthdays, truthfully, like when it comes to celebrating my own. But yeah, it's just kind of nice. Yeah, so first we're gonna start with my goals. So I don't recall if I made any goals. Well, okay, first of all, I didn't even do a September monthly reset or September budget. And part of the reason why is because I kind of just didn't do it. And then it was the beginning of school. And then my kids lasted 1 week in school and then they got sick. And then my son went to school for a week after, and then he got sick that week that he went after, and he was home again. So he's just recently gone back to school. And so it was just kind of hectic. What else kind of happened in September? I don't know, just like, honestly, I swear I can't make this stuff up, but like, yeah, anyways, we'll go into that a little bit later when we're talking about the budget, some of the things that have come up. So, yeah, so I didn't really have any goals for September, but that's fine. So for October though, so I think I probably mentioned this in a video previous, maybe it was August or something like that. So me and my husband signed up for a 5K, and I have not started training, like, at all. And I understand like a 5K is not a half marathon, which we have ran before, but I haven't really exercised. I haven't done anything. So one of my goals is to get on my treadmill, to get outside, and to start training. I know there's only 2 weeks left to running it on October 16th. Today is the last day in September, but I have to at least try, because even if I don't do anything before, I'm still going to attempt to run the 5K. So I might as well just, prepare myself a little bit. So that's that. Another thing is I want to be organized in my time. Like, I have my 9 to 5 job. I'm obviously a mom. I also do side work. So I do bookkeeping and I do some financial services. And so it's not that it's a lot of work, but obviously it is a lot of stuff to do. But I want to manage my time better. And I know I've said this in previous videos, but if Tuesdays and Thursdays are my work days, I just want Tuesdays and Thursdays to be my work days. And I think it's been a little bit challenging over the month of September because my kids weren't in school. So normally on Fridays, I don't work on Fridays, my 9 to 5 job. So normally on Fridays, I would have that time to just be home and get some stuff done. But I always find that it's a balance between, on a Friday, I either get some work done or I clean. And I'm a morning person, so whichever one that I need to get accomplished the most, I have to do first thing, and then the other thing may or may not happen. So anyways, it's just kind of more about figuring out that whole type of thing, like, because it's not a lot of work to do. I'm just like, I guess, big on procrastination, which is not good. But if I were just to manage my time better, like on a weekly basis, instead of leaving everything kind of to the end of the month, I think I would just have more time to even spend at home and just kind of like do nothing or spend time with my family. So that's that. And so the next one is stop procrastinating. And so I don't know, like, it's just, I feel like I work well under pressure. So sometimes if I don't have a deadline, it's hard for me just to kind of get the motivation to get up and do something. But I want to try and work on that. So if you have any tips, write them in the comment section below, or any books that you can recommend that might help with just kind of getting started. There's this one book, and I can't remember who it's from. And they're basically you just say like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And after that, you just get up and you do it. But anyway, so stop procrastinating. That's definitely something that I want to try to do over the month of October. And then goal. This isn't really a goal, but I just wanted to mention that it's my birthday, which I already did. So it's my son's birthday. We're probably not gonna have a birthday party for him. My kids are pretty low maintenance. They don't really care, but we might just have like a little family get together. His birthday is Thanksgiving weekend. So he was born on Thanksgiving when he was born. And so we're generally going to be around family anyway. So I figure I can kind of put something together since family will be around. So those are basically, those are just our goals, keeping it simple. The only other thing actually, so when it comes to a financial goal, is to increase our income. So we're at a point where like our minimum payments are pretty high, and we've decreased our expenses. Like we moved, and that was a big expense. But aside from that, we don't have a lot of expenses. So it's not like, even though there are areas we can cut back, like for instance, like eating out. Aside from that though, the other option is to increase our income. So that could be through our side stuff, through our main jobs, if we were to do overtime or anything like that. So that's one of the financial goals, to increase our income, because I would like to have a bit more cash flow so that I can put more money on our debt. We can save more. And then when these life events come up, we just don't really have to worry about those things. So those are our goals. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me, and I'm, surprised even at the few that do follow me. So I would appreciate that. And you can like this video, and we will get into the budget. Okay, so the month of October. So I don't have any rollover. I don't normally do rollover from the month before. So for our, sorry if you can hear my computer. It's just like really loud. But so our 9 to 5 income for this month is going to be $6,063, and then I'm just gonna add 180. That is the RSP portion that's taken out of my paycheck, but I'm adding it back because I'm gonna put it at the bottom. And then so for the Canada Child Benefit, it is $346. So this is the amount that we get from the government based on your income for your children. And so when it comes to side income, I should be receiving this month $1,400, because there's some money that I haven't received yet, and it's already the 30th. And and then so financial services. So this one varies so much. Sometimes it could just be $100, sometimes it could be nothing. It just depends on how things fall, how much work I put in. But this month, if I am correct, it will be approximately $3,000. So that's pretty good. That's not always normal. It's not going to happen all the time, but it comes at a good time. So the other income, so then the government has this thing called the Climate Action Incentive, and so that's supposed to be coming in October also. So I think that's $209.50. So our income for this month is $11,199, and that is pretty good. It's significantly different than, let's see what this was in August, because $7,800. So that $3,000 definitely is doing a lot for us there. Okay, so now let's move down to our bills. So everything is pretty standard. Our Nissan comes out on the 7th and the 21st. And so I just have that amount here because I put it under debt because that's really what it is. We have less than a year until we pay this off. And actually, side story, our Nissan actually got into a car accident. So right now we're in the process. This is what I'm talking about. I can't make this stuff up. So we're in the process of trying to figure out if they're going to repair it or if it might be a write-off. So that's that whole situation with that. And so even though we have this extra $3,000, like I can already tell that it's not going to be there. And so aside from that, this week I was driving our BMW, which we paid cash for, so we don't have payments on that. But I was driving it and I went over a not a pothole, but a speed bump. And now there's something happening. Like I can hear clanking around in my car, so I need to get that fixed. And then this week I got a chip in my windshield, but it's spread because the weather started to get colder. So yeah, all of that has to be kind of dealt with this month. So we'll see what ends up happening. Okay, so for my WYSE, I think that's like electricity. So I'm going to budget $70, but I know it's actually, you know what, actually I'm going to change this to 60 because I actually know that it's like 59 something. And then my OPUC, which is hydro, honestly, I don't even really know, which is not that great. But this month it's a bit higher, so it is $137.51. But I'm still just gonna budget. I'll budget $140. And then so our rent is the same, our parking is the same, but I'm gonna keep it at $160. But if for some reason our other car gets written off, then we aren't actually going to need one of the parking spots. So this will change to $80. So I don't know yet if that's gonna happen, but we'll see. And that would actually be great. Like I can't even lie. If like obviously we need a second car, but if I can save money temporarily, you know, save $80 on parking. If I can save money on our car insurance, then, you know, because it's $440. So I think one of the cars is like $218. So if I can eliminate that, even if it's for a few months, I'm totally okay with doing that. My husband might not be, but I'm totally okay with that. And so our internet is $108. That's standard. We have insurance, life insurance for our family. We pay $300 a month for that. And then our subs, which always comes off of my American Express. And the big part of this is my QuickBooks. So I do bookkeeping. I use QuickBooks, but I also do payroll for some of my clients. So because I do that, I have to get the bigger subscription. And so all of that comes up to like $95 basically. So that's what the bulk of that is. Other than that, it's like Disney Plus, Netflix, and like Dropbox, like that type of thing. And I think Microsoft. Okay, so State Farm or Desjardins is my car insurance. So that's car insurance, our renter's insurance, and we also have, so car insurance for 2 cars, and we also have like a little bit also of life insurance in there too. And so tell us, our cell phone bill for this month is actually a little bit higher than this. So I'm just gonna budget $270, but it's like $265, but I'm just gonna leave that there. And so, okay, so now let's go up to our regular expenses. So groceries, I'm gonna leave at $600. For fuel, we've been doing pretty good because we have only had one car. So I'm gonna leave this at $400. So also when it comes to groceries, we have been eating out. So that is a category that we definitely have to monitor. But I always leave this kind of miscellaneous buffer for stuff like that. So, and then so for our pets, we always budget $400. And so this is dog food. This is also fish food. So we have 2 dogs that live in our house. We have a saltwater aquarium, so they all need their food. And then recently we also purchased a bearded dragon. So he needs to eat too. But he eats crickets and vegetables. So yeah, that's that. Okay, and then so I have back to school here, but I'm gonna change this to birthdays. And so I'm just gonna budget $200. And so this is for me and my son. I'm not really having a birthday party for myself or for my son. But $200 could be going out to eat, or it could end up being, and part of it will be his birthday gift, which I have no idea what to get him. He's turning 5. Yeah, so that's basically that on our expenses. Like, we don't put too much. So, okay, the other thing is car repairs. So I know I'm going to have car repairs. I just don't know what they're going to be. So I'm not going to put anything there. The other thing that we'll probably have is the deductible for repairing our car if we have to repair our car. So that's $500. The other repairs, I don't know. The last time I had to change my windshield, which was years and years and years ago, it cost $300. So I'm assuming because of inflation, it's going to be more than that. So that's minimum $800 right there. That's going to be put into transportation for the month. Yeah. So we come down here to our debt section. So I just recently did finally a debt confession update. And so I explained how we consolidated some of our debt. But so, as I said before, the payment for our Nissan is $540.36. Can't wait for that to be done. Less than a year. Hallelujah. And then I do have one credit card that I didn't include down here because at the time I was using it I was traveling for work and I needed it to pay for hotels and all that stuff. Even though I was getting reimbursed, I still needed something to use while I was out there. American Express, the minimum payment on that is $20 because there's not a high balance on that card. It's like $1,000. And so these are the 2 consolidations that we pay into that are just bringing down our debt monthly. Thank goodness. And so one is $473 and the other one is $740. So this $473 is my husband's and the $740 is mine. And so that is $1,943.36. And so now if we go over to our investments, so I'm not putting money into investments except for my employer match. And so, yeah, so I put 180, and then my employer matches that. And did I write down what the balance was? No. So this is from last month. But the balance is just over $2,000, $2,100, something like that. But the rate of return right now is like -9.7, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is, -9.7. I'll have to update that later. But yeah, so that is basically it. I do want to get to a point where we have more cash flow. And then we can, start putting more into savings. Because even right now, I would love to save, but it seems like every time we try to do that, something comes up, like the whole thing with our car situation. And this is after, like, I think in July, I spent $1,600 to fix my BMW. There was something wrong with, like, the water pump and the temperature gauge. And now it's the windshield. So I just feel like things kind of, just keep coming up, even though we try to build back up our emergency fund. But that's why it's, great having side income. So we'll see what happens. Right now it says we have remaining $3,200 after all of these expenses. And I'm going to keep it at that because I did say in my debt update that I do have tax debt that I have to pay. And then now we have the whole situation with our car. So I don't know exactly how much those are going to be. I'm not going to budget anything, but I'm just going to leave this. So this budget won't budget out to zero, but I'm just going to leave this here. And then if we happen to do anything extra for our birthdays, that will just kind of come out of that. But I have to see where the month is going to go first. Yeah, so that's basically that.